Good evening, everyone. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda, finance report, and personnel reports are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the deliberations of the governing body in their deliberations. This we may ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided in the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones and place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Here.
Javik.
Present.
Caldwell.
Excused.
Muhammad.
Present.
Cosby. Roman.
Present.
Strano.
Here.
Blaine.
Here.
Medina.
Excused.
Hudak. Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Here. Can we have approval of the public session minutes of September 21st, 2022, please?
Council President, I'd like to ask for approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of September 21st, 2022, and ask for a second, please.
Mrs. Ormond.
Yes.
Javik.
Yes.
Muhammad.
Yes.
Cosby. Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Blaine.
Yes.
Hudak. Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, Mayor, I'd ask if you please join me down on the floor. We have a few presentations to make.
You should have feeling good.
Well, good evening, everyone. I guess to say that we're a town that has a lot of festivals would probably be the understatement of the year. Because we have a Polish festival, we have a Latin festival, we have September to Remember, we have an African American festival. We just have, you name it, we have it. And people coming to me all the time wanting other festivals, and guess what, we'll probably do it, but we like festivals, okay? One of our nice festivals that we have is our Polish festival that we have every year. And when you have these festivals, I mean, the city has to put out, we have to have manpower there to clean. So it costs the city. But to ease the burden, we have people who volunteer and give of themselves and their time to make this whole event possible. And so we have a few people here that we want to acknowledge. We have Danuta Lazowska. Did I say that right?
Pretty close.
So Danuta has been volunteering, not just for the Polish festival, but, no matter what you need, you give Danuta a call, she'll be on your doorstep the next morning trying to help out. So that's the type of Linden people that we need, people who give of themselves. Regardless, she don't care what kind of festival it is. If you say, hey, Danuta, we need you, she's there. And we love you. Okay. We also have the Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union. Is there anyone from there? That's the gentleman with the nice tie. Okay. What might be your name, sir? Okay, I would say, Adik? Adik, well, I'm Dadik. I'm Dadik, you're Adik, okay? I should have said, jak masz na imię? Moje imię jest Dadik. Miło się poznać. Okay, okay. So we have Adik from the Polish Slavic Federal Credit Union. Is anybody here from Metro Liquors?
Not here yet. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it.
Well, they probably can't make it. This is peak time for their sales, you know.
Okay, we'll start with Danuta.
Okay, so Danuta, come on up.
Yep. You want me to read hers?
Absolutely, you can read it.
Okay.
I left my glasses home anyway.
Okay, Danuta. Whereas many of Linden's citizens step up to help in our community, not for any recognition to themselves, but for the intangible benefit of giving, connecting to their community, and for the satisfaction of at least trying to make their community a better place. And whereas Danuta Lazowska is one such individual, when she heard of the city of Linden's effort to hold its first ever Polish Heritage Day, she volunteered to serve on the committee organizing the event and became an integral part of the committee on which she continues to serve. Through her efforts, the Polish Heritage Day event was once again a huge success, and whereas Danuta Lazowska looks forward to continue to assist in helping to move the city of Linden forward, and the mayor and council of the city of Linden wishes to express their gratefulness and for her help and commitment to Linden and its residents. Now, therefore, be it resolved by Mayor Derek Armstead and the council of the city of Linden that they hereby recognize the volunteer efforts of Danuta Lazowska and thank her for her support to the Polish Heritage Day. And be it further resolved that this resolution be entered into the minutes of the council of the city of Linden and that a copy be presented to Danuta Lazowska in permanent recognition of the foregoing. And it's signed by the mayor and myself, Danuta.
Congratulations, we're gonna take a picture now.
Yes. We also have a plaque for you.
Oh, a plaque, wait a minute, put that down, here. This is better.
Yep. Let me close this up.
We're gonna take a picture with that. resolution.
Right.
Now
There we go.
now we're cooking with gasoline.
Yep. All right.
We're gonna put it back in,
Yep, we'll give it back to you to,
put it back in the folder for you.
so it don't get all banged up. We appreciate everything you do for us, Danuta.
Yes, we do. Wasn't this one first?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll get that. There you go.
Okay.
And we got the eagle right too, Danuta.
Yeah, last year we had a chicken, right? No, I'm just kidding.
The first one of the flyers didn't have the correct eagle, and
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
thank you, Danuta.
Thank you so much.
No, Attic, right? Come on up, Attic.
Yeah.
We'll let Michelle read this one also.
Right. Whereas successful members of the business community have the resources to help by contributing to the common good of the community, and whereas many businesses invest in their community to give back to those that have supported their business, and whereas the Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union of Linden is one such business and a constant contributor to many of Linden's Polish festivals and community events. And whereas the mayor and council of the city of Linden wishes to recognize the unselfishness, giving, and support of the Linden community and its organizations by the Polish Slavic Federal Credit Union. Now, therefore, be it resolved by Mayor Derek Armstead and the City of Council of the City of Linden does hereby express its thanks and appreciation to the Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union for connecting to the Linden community and making it a better place by their constant and unwavering support. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this resolution be entered into the minutes of the Council of the City of Linden and that a copy be presented to the Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union in permanent recognition of the foregoing. And signed by the mayor and myself, and we have a plaque for you all.
And we'll take the picture with the flag.
Yep.
Much better
Yeah.
picture. Here you go, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Bless your heart.
Yes. Dziękuję. There you go.
Dobranoc. Metro Liquor couldn't make it, but the
Right.
the resolution reads the same. It just has,
Thanking him for the support for all the festivals.
yes. He always comes out and supports.
All right, that's it for this evening, then, Mayor. Okay, we'll now move on to ordinances on hearing, beginning with ordinance 6655.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-33, Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A, Handicap Parking on the Street, add 200 West Gibbons Street, one spot.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 66-55, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Cosby? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6656, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $165,000 for closure of the Linden Sanitary Landfill for the Division of Public Works and authorizing the issuance of $156,750 bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing be closed on ordinance number 6656, the ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6657, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $220,000 for City Hall garage renovations for the Division of Engineering and authorizing the issuance of $209,000 in bonds or notes for the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing for ordinance number 6657 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6658, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $232,100 for environmental remediation work at 13 Knopf Street for the Division of Engineering, and authorizing the issuance of $220,495 bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing on ordinance number 6658 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6659, please.
A bond ordinance amending bond ordinance 66-14 finally adopted by the City Council of the City of Linden, New Jersey on March 15th, 2022. The amendment provides an appropriation of $603,900 for various park improvements for the Department of Parks and Recreation, and authorizes the issuance of $573,705 bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move for ordinance on hearing 66-59 to be closed and adopted, and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6660.
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to table ordinance number 66-60 for further review and study.
Second.
Second. Sorry, sorry.
Motion to table. Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6661.
An ordinance authorizing the execution of a lease agreement between the City of Linden and SRV Linden 1 Urban Renewal LLC.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to close the ordinance 66-61 adopted, and to ask for a second, please.
Second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, consent agenda. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests. We have items number 1 through 4. Does any council member wish to remove an item? Okay, seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to committee reports, starting with Councilwoman Ormond, First Ward.
Thank you, Council President. Okay, I'm going to start off with my budget review and finance report. Approval is requested for the following finance actions. The payment of bills totaling $2,132,613.81. Bills have been signed by the Mayor, Council President, and Finance Chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investment made by the city treasurer for the month of September at the rate of 3.1%. In the Department of Finance, the approval is granted for the CFO to submit the best practices worksheet to Division of Local Government Services by the November 10th, 2022 deadline. I move for approval and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Crosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Okay, the City of Linden, Division of Transportation and Parking Report. I hereby submit the monthly financial report from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of September 2022. This report includes a collection of on- and off-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton site collections, $2,552. New York site collection, $1,281. Railroad credit card transactions, $30,854.53. Railroad permits, $1,842. Online railroad permits, $12,054. Parking meter collections, $10,454.60. Merchant permits, 0. The grand total, $59,038.13, submitted by Tyrone L. Gibbons, the traffic maintenance supervisor. I also have the Construction Code Department report. The Construction Code Department has issued 231 permits and processed 14 certificates. We have generated $165,255 in fees for the month of September 2022. Now for my ward report, I'm going to be relatively brief. First of all, I just wanted to say that we're continuing to pave the streets that had been started earlier on in the season. We should have those completed hopefully by the end of this month. We just finished part of Clark Street, part of Henry Street. So if your street is not yet finished, please understand that we will be getting to it and have it completed before the cold weather sets in. We're also going to have our community yard sale this weekend, Saturday the 22nd. That is a fee-waived yard sale. You do not have to pay the $10, but please give me a call so I can at least register your home so we can put it out on social media so you'll get lots of people that will come by. Moving forward, we'll be doing one sale per year with that special fee-waived permit. And I just would like to just note that for 2023, it'll probably be in the spring for the first ward, probably the weekend of May 20th. The good thing, we've had some really bright council people that suggested that we put this on our sanitation calendar. So everybody in the whole entire city or in the whole entire ward will know that that one particular day is going to be set aside for the yard sale. So I'd like to give a thumbs up to council that came up with that idea. Leaf bags are going to be available like immediately for the fall. If you need a leaf bag in the first ward, you can just give me a call, 908-370-6482, or email me, lormon@linden-nj.gov. I will be more than glad to put some aside for you, actually bring them to you. And we also want to note that there are just two different ways that you can dispose of your leaves. You can use those leaf bags, or you can blow your leaves to the curb. But we just ask that you kindly do not block or clog the drainage system. And our leaf pickup actually begins this week in certain wards, and next week, our ward also. So happy fall. If you need those bags, please reach out to me. That concludes my report, Council President.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ormond. Okay, Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President. So as chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of September 2022, a total of $9,801.97. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $76,783.02 for September have been added to the total deposits for 2022, totaling $655,563.45. Good evening, everybody. Well, we had two very successful events this month already. One was our fire prevention night, with the theme this year being Fire Won't Wait, Plan Your Escape. We had a great turnout in front of City Hall for this event. Children loved the interaction with the fire department that takes place, including the possibility of winning a new bike. So if you missed it this year, it's an annual event, and I'll see you there next year. The second event was the first annual health fair held at the Linden Multipurpose Center. It was a very successful event with over 40 organizations participating. Over 150 members of the public attended the free services, which included blood pressure, blood glucose, hearing, testing for HIV and hepatitis, flu vaccinations, COVID vaccinations, and boosters. A total of 94 flu vaccinations were administered and 79 COVID boosters. This event will be held annually each October. One more additional flu and COVID vaccination clinic will be coming up at the JTG Center on Helen Street on October 27th. In the second ward, tree trimming continues, and we will be switching to leaf pickup on this Thursday, October 20th. Also, the train bridge on Style Street is scheduled for a cleanup around October 25th, and work continues on Amesworth Street with gas and water utilities. As always, I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov. On Facebook, Second Ward Councilman Barry E. Javick. I look forward to seeing everyone at the annual parade on October 23rd. This is our Halloween parade, which is really fantastic every year. And remember, please visit our City of Linden website for additional information. Thank you, Council President, and the report.
Thank you, Councilman Javick. Councilwoman Ormond, you have Councilwoman Caldwell's report tonight, or? Okay. Okay. Can you please give the
It was a
report?
construction code report that I
Okay.
read. Thank you.
All right. You did it?
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Councilman Mohammed?
Thank you, Council President. My dear friends and neighbors, yet another season is upon us in the wonderful city of Linden. I was delighted to assist a number of my constituents with multi-concerns over the past month. Together, we addressed and rectified quality of life issues, sewer problems, road repair, tree work, and even lantern flies. I love it what I do, and I thank you again for the opportunity to do it. I did want to provide you with a current status report regarding our 4th Ward Martin Luther King Park and the ongoing improvements. The contractor is awaiting delivery of the brand-new fencing. It was ordered over a month ago and expected to be in his hands by this week. They anticipate fence installation to occur next week, followed immediately by the color coding of both the tennis and basketball court. Thanks again to our city workforce who delivered consistent results. You can tell when someone takes pride in our work regardless of specific tasks. Our employees make me proud and each and every day. Be well and reach out to me with any questions at 908-463-4843 or contact me via email. Thank you. God bless you. Have a happy Halloween. Look forward to seeing you all at the Halloween parade on Sunday.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Cosby?
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. From the 5th Ward, please note that East Elizabeth Avenue from Grant to Park will be closed tonight and tomorrow night from 7 p.m. until 5 a.m. for street paving. Many of the streets in our ward have finally gotten paved, most notably our dead ends on Passaic and East Henry, which were long overdue, and we are still anticipating the rumble strips on Fay Avenue near the park. The Linden Housing Authority is accepting applications for residents who are senior or disabled. I have a few applications tonight on hand, or you may contact Housing for instructions on how you can obtain an application. The telephone number is 908-298-3820. The Linden Lions Club is having a fish fry fundraiser this Friday, October the 20th. It's 4 p.m. until 7. Fresh fried fish and chips, the parking lot at Wheeler Park. The donation is $22 and prepaid is requested. I have tickets available, or you can contact your Lion friend or call 908-338-6303 to secure your tickets. If you need leaf bags, I have a few I can drop off. Please text me at 718-7933. Our last community meeting, with me as the council person, will be Friday, December 1st at the 5th Ward Rec from 6:30 until 7:30. And so now I'm just going to switch and give my own opinion right now. On the last month's meeting, I wasn't here. We had a death in our family, but nevertheless, it's my opinion that there are some members of this governing body who are, to say plain, power drunk. Ordinance 6654 was passed last month in the face of my objections. The ordinance ignored the existing ordinance that was put in place after careful review to ease the congestion on Charles Street. Rather than enforce the limited parking, these bullies rammed the new one-way traffic pattern on the neighbors. There was no input or serious outreach to the residents in the area. When I objected and asked for more thorough polling of the residents by the traffic division, my request was ignored and I was told to do it myself. This is not the first time and will not be the last time that the government officials ignore the residents and do what they please for special interests. If parking restrictions were enforced, we would have ease on this two-way street and not be forced to have to travel through a maze. What's next? Will we have our streets closed off to traffic because some people don't want traffic on their streets in busy times? Neighbors, I am but one voice here. So I think I'm a voice of reason, but it is what it is. So if you have any questions, concerns, or if I can be helpful, call, email, or text me, and I will be available for the next 60-some-odd days. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Roman?
Thank you, Council President. I just want to start this off with saying go Yankees. Yankees just advanced to ALCS while we were sitting up there. I know you guys are here and not engulfed in the game, so I just wanted to let you guys know we're going to give Houston some payback, and that starts tomorrow night. Thank you, Council President. I will be brief. I would just want to talk about a few key points here. Recently, as of yesterday, the DEP sent us all an email with a list of streets that are going to be, actually specific addresses really, that are going to be eligible for Blue Acre fundings with Hurricane Ida. It's mostly, if not all, addresses in the 7th Ward, mostly in Tremley. None on Emma Place. Not yet. So point being is that this is a mistake, and that it was really the DEP reaching out to us saying, did we make any mistakes here? And immediately Joe Kroback and the engineering committee were on it even before I could get on it. So that will be rectified, and they're going to continue to work on it. However, if you have not applied for Blue Acres funding, go to the DEP website and do so. Or contact me, and I can actually get a DEP rep to you directly. So please do so, anyone on Emma and Clinton and in the surrounding area that were flooded out. We're putting an ordinance on tonight specifically to help with the truck traffic on Pleasant Street. It's an ordinance for introduction. It's going to create a no parking, no sitting and standing zone closest to Rebecca, so that people can actually see when they're making a left off of Rebecca and the trucks aren't up in their faces. So you'll see that go on for introduction. Ordinances take 2 meetings to pass, so that will become law next month. Also, I was invited, not invited, there was a planning board meeting last week, and it was about redevelopment on the old GM lots, the old GM parking lots on Pleasant Street. The developer who owns Walmart, Cypress Equities, wants to redevelop that land. They got permission from the FAA, and they are going to redevelop it into something else. So as I've previously reported on, they were talking about self-storage, they're talking about car washes, they're talking about animal hospitals, fast food joints. That's what the zone allows right now. They're recommending for us, they're asking us for our recommendation to allow car washes on that plot of land. But that, nothing is set in stone yet, and there will be future planning board meetings to negotiate that and see what can come of that. Last week I attended with a couple council people the Linden Citizens Police Academy. This is a pilot program being done by our police department just for a few of us to try to get a program together to start providing a citizens academy for regular residents come next year, and it was super awesome. We learned a lot sitting there talking to the police, going down every standard operating, got a tour of the police department. So I'm excited that if we do well with this small pilot program, it can continue and expand to all the residents that want to sign up for next year. And that is about it. If I've missed anything, please call me, 908-494-5784. Have a great month. Happy Halloween. Go Yankees. Thank you, Council President.
Councilman Roman.
Thank you.
Councilman Strano?
Okay, Council President, I'm going to speed read through the confidential report if I can. Number one, personnel report. What did I say? Confidential personnel report. It's no longer confidential. I'm going to read it. Number one, Police Department. Approve the resignation of good standing of police recruit Claudia Cuidad, effective September 7th of 2022. B is approving the appointment of Jerry Mainom as a police officer pursuant to PL 2021, Chapter 7, which is in the Dancer Bill, effective November 14th, 2022, at an annual rate of $47,094, pending the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. C is approving the amended hire date of Giovanna Colland, Clerk 1, to October 4th of 2022, and D is approving the resignation in good standing of Kyle Smith, Computer Services Technician, effective October 11th, 2022. 2, in the municipal court, approving the posting of a municipal court administrator for a period of 1 month at the salary range of $43,795 to $104,563. 3, in community services, Department of Community Services, A is approving the appointment of Raymond Peoples, Labor, Tier 2, in Public Works at the salary rate of $17 per hour, effective October 24th of 2022, subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. B is approving the appointment of K.M. Shaw, Labor Tier 2, Public Works at the salary rate of $17 per hour, effective October 24th of 2022, which is also subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. C is approving the appointment of Sherrod Newton, Labor Tier 2, Public Works at the salary of $17 per hour, effective October 24th, 2022, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. D is approving the title change of Charles Dulco to Supervisor of Public Works at the annual prorated salary of $79,621. That will be effective October 19th of 2022. E is approving the continued public advertisement statewide residents in local papers, but also with the New Jersey League of Municipalities for statewide coverage, as well as internal posting for the following positions. One is mechanic Tier 2 in Public Works. There's 2 open positions at their salary rate of $18 to $39.72 per hour, commensurate with experience. 2 is a diesel mechanic Tier 2 Public Works. 1 position that's open at the salary rate of $21 to $40.72 per hour, commensurate with experience. 3 is mechanics helper Tier 2 Public Works. 1 open position at their salary rate of $18 to $38.72 per hour. 4 labor Tier 2 in Public Works, Buildings and Grounds. There's 2 open positions at the salary of $17 per hour, open to Linden residents only. F is approving the appointment of Darius Rozicki as a mechanics helper Tier 2 at the salary of $18 per hour, effective November 4th, 2022, pending successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. G is approving the appointment of Christoph Sitko as a diesel mechanic Tier 2 at the salary of $28 per hour, effective November 4th, 2022, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. H is approving the resignation, not in good standing, of Rohit Gaddu, mechanic Tier 2, effective September 20th of 2022. I is approving the promotion of Trell Myers to truck driver in Public Works at the hourly rate of $21 per hour, effective September 21st, 2022. J is approving the promotion of Michael Williams to Building Maintenance Worker 1 in Buildings and Grounds at the annual hourly rate of $19.13 per hour, which is effective September 21st of 2022. K is approving the resignation in good standing of Thomas George, truck driver, effective October 28th of 2022. 4, in construction code, accepting the resignation in good standing of Tracy Birch, Clerk 1, effective October 14th of 2022. 5, in the Division of Recreation, approving the approval of the seasonal list on file with the city clerk's office. B is approving the posting of 1 full-time Clerk 1 position per the range in the salary ordinance commensurate with experience. In the fire department, A is approving the appointment of William Telesco, firefighter, at the annual salary of $50,960, effective September 2nd of 2022. 7, in personnel, is approving the following FMLA, NJFLA leave, which are on file in Division of Personnel. The list is on file in the Personnel Division. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby. Roman,
Yes to all with the exception of 4. I vote no.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Hudak, Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Go ahead,
Council President, if you would indulge me here, I just want to see if I can get this in as quick as I can. This is in the 7th Ward. Just want to report that the work at Memorial Park is underway. Restoration is ongoing currently at the PAL and baseball fields. The old bleachers are gone, the old fencing is down, there's new drainage that's going to be installed. New fence posts are going up as I'm speaking. I'll keep a report coming on in progress, and I can't wait to see the finished fields next spring. Regarding the Blue Acres properties, we had volunteers, Infinium, Phillips 66, Conserve Wildlife, Rutgers, and Project Groundwork in Elizabeth. They participated a couple Fridays ago with our Department of Community Service people. But I want to thank especially Joe Kroback, who steadfastly headed up of our engineering department, our senior engineer, headed up the coordination of the restoration and maintenance of those properties. Blue Acres properties are those that once had houses that were flooded out by Superstorm Sandy. For those who might not be familiar, Blue Acres is like a Green Acres program. It's run by the Department of Environmental Protection, and because these houses are going to be flooded out time and time and again, they were purchased through a program called Blue Acres. Councilman Roman had just mentioned that there's going to be continuation because the last couple of storms we had a few houses that were flooded out, I think, for the 3rd time on Emma Place, and others that are in that area in Tremley that are still being inundated every time we get a heavy storm or near a hurricane. But anyway, getting back to it, Infinium and, well, actually, Phillips 66 has so far donated 66 trees, both times, once in the spring and this past fall. They've been planted and replanted. There's an attrition rate for some of these plants don't make it, some of the trees don't make it, and we have to go in there and replant. They provide their workers with, all the workers with lunch and refreshments. That was on them. We still have more work to do. We have rain gardens that have to be tended to. But this is a very labor-intensive project, and believe me, I've been a participant in both projects this year. And we're lucky to get like 30 to 35 volunteers that help with these outings. And lastly, from the Department of Community Services, regarding yard sales. Each council person request is now, yard sales that are requested by each council person where we look to have the permit fee waived for people that want to participate in a ward-wide yard sale. So what we're going to do is publish those dates on the DPW resident calendar, the schedule that goes out every year to each resident. We try to coordinate this prior to the trash days if it's at all possible. It's not always going to work, but this is an attempt to get it advertised, get better participation. And I want to thank Councilwoman Hudak for it was her idea, and the Department of Community Services, especially Jerry Bishop, for the fast work as the schedules are almost ready to go out for printing. And we got this in under the wire. And that is my report. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Strano. Councilman Blaine?
Thank you, Council President. First, I'd like to say hello to all the residents of Linden, especially those in the 8th Ward. I want to congratulate the new Parks and Recreation Director, Keith Pressey, who started this month. We look forward to him picking up the pace and getting our programs back online. We start to see, in the 8th Ward, we're starting to see our streets being paved, so let's be patient. They're coming around. I know it's been a while. I feel those bumps every morning myself, but I'm starting to see some progress in that manner, so it's finally happening. As mentioned previously, leaf bags. Leaves are be placed in the bags, and we're starting that this week, so there's two ways to dispose of your leaves. You can put them in the bag or pile them on the street. I prefer, this is just my personal preference, because putting them on the street sometimes presents an hazard, because I am a motorcycle rider, and I will tell you that you hit a pile of leaves and it can wipe you out pretty quick. So if you do decide to put them on the curb, put them nice and neat, and make sure that they're very visible for anyone riding in that manner. I'd like to make one announcement. Mayor Armstead, along with the City of Linden and the Linden Library and the Linden Board of Health, are doing their influenza vaccination clinic on October 27th. That's Thursday, from 1 to 4. Most insurances are accepted, Medicaid, Medicare. Big announcement to be made, and it's on the flyer. You can see it on the website, that no out-of-pocket fee will be given to any resident that comes for a vaccine. I'll repeat that again. No out-of-pocket fee for any residents seeking vaccine. So again, that's going to be October 27th at the JTG Center between 1 and 4. We also moved forward the budget for park renovations, so we look forward to getting our parks updated, so hopefully that we can enjoy that in the following spring. I have a new phone number I'd like to give out to everyone. It's 908-487-5645. If you need to get in touch with me, you need leaf bags or whatever other concerns you may have. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Blaine. Okay, Councilwoman Hudak?
I'd like to thank everyone for participating in our yard sale, garage sale this past weekend. And just a reminder, tomorrow is our 10th Ward bulk trash. And looking forward, November 11th, we'll be honoring veterans of the armed forces and those killed in our country's war. It's Veterans Day. And they have honorably served our nation with great distinction, and we can never say it enough. For your service in war and in peace, thank you and God bless you. If you see a veteran, please thank them. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hudak. Councilman Blaine, you had something else to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to make one important announcement, that our country is we're facing some difficult times, and I just want to encourage everyone to come out and vote on November 8th. I'm not suggesting that you vote for any party or any candidate, but please make your voice be heard and vote on November 8th.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, I have a short report tonight. On our agenda, we have Resolution 2022-360, which is recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As you can see, all our council members, everyone on the dais has a lapel pin on for breast cancer awareness. It's to increase awareness of the disease and help to raise funds for research. In every 69 seconds, somewhere in the world, a woman dies of breast cancer. Every 3 minutes, a woman in the United States is diagnosed with breast cancer, and every 13 minutes, a woman loses her battle with the disease. We ask that everybody try to support all the fundraising that's going on and walks that are going on this month. Please also go get mammograms. It's not just a female disease. Men also can get breast cancer. So please follow up with your doctors and physicals on a regular basis. Okay, Amtrak will begin work to improve the appearance of the North Stiles Street Bridge in Linden on October 25th from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. This is the first phase of the improvements that will begin clearing the vegetation from the bridge and its approaches. Again, that's on October 25th from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. You may ask, why is it getting done at night? It's to avoid a traffic nightmare during the day. They're going to close one lane down so they could park the equipment there and move the vegetation and other materials they need to work. I want to thank Jerry Bishop and the engineering department for managing this project. Mayor Armstead, many of the council members and I have asked Jerry to work with Amtrak to get this done, and now we're finally seeing it come to fruition. As mentioned before, the Housing Authority of the City of Linden is opening up their public housing waiting list for senior citizens. That's for 62 years or older and disabled. Under 62, you have to be permanently disabled and collecting Social Security disability. Applications are available between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m., excluding Saturday, Sunday, or holidays. Applications will be accepted until a maximum of 500 are received, after which time the list will be closed and no other applications accepted. The applications received will be placed on a waiting list according to the date and time received by U.S. mail, with Linden residents receiving a preference. Okay, so the applications may be picked up at the Ann J. Ferguson Towers, 1601 Dill Avenue, Linden, or downloaded from www.lindenhousingauthority.org. Again, that website is www.lindenhousingauthority.org. Okay, and just to mention a few things going on at the library, there's many children's programs that are being introduced. There's a kids yoga program between the months of October and December for all different ages at different times. There's a toddler program, there's a tweens program. So please go to the website. They're also going to have a Create a Comic Club, which is very big with our youth. So please go to that website. Tomorrow, October 19th, they're having a magical math and science program for early learners and elementary students. The early learners will be learning math through stories, songs, and other hands-on experiences. Elementary students will be learning the multiplication table through puzzles. And libraries not just having programs for the children, for adults. Tomorrow night, they have a lecture called NJ Paranormal Haunted Objects, which begins at 7 p.m. On October 24th, there's a concert by Denny Bonet with Chris Flynn beginning at 7 p.m. For more information, please go to the Linden website at lindenpl.org. And if anybody needs to contact me, my number is 908-494-0880. Okay? Yes. Mayor's going to mention that. Okay? Mayor Armstead, you're up.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants you to remember the parade, Mayor.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I'll start out with announcing that we're having our Halloween parade, our annual Halloween parade, at 2 p.m. Sunday. It's always been a nice parade, and I think the weather's going to be outstanding this weekend, so it's a great day for a parade. I'd like to, first of all, thank Amy Peluso, Director of our Department of Health, for conducting a health fair at the LMPC this last weekend. We had a number of agencies throughout the state who came right here to Linden and to offer services for our less fortunate residents in town. There was a line that lasted from the time they opened up to the time they closed. They were providing vaccinations, both flu and COVID, and just for the most part, just doing an outstanding job giving people information as to where they can get help depending on their situations, okay? Whether it was seniors or children with disabilities, whatever you name it, there was something that was being offered there. So I thank you for your efforts, Amy. It was a great job. I had my doubts at first when you told me you were having this health fair. I was like, okay. And all of a sudden you get there, and it's just like, it was packed all day from start to finish. You did an outstanding job. So thank you once again. Also, this Sunday, as you all know, we have an annual car show. It's put together by the Galloping Hill Cruisers. It'll be down at Aviation Plaza. As I mentioned earlier this evening, we should call ourselves Events Are Us, because we have, every time we turn around, there's something going on in town. This week we're having a car show, something that started out relatively small a few years ago, which is grown into one of the largest car shows throughout the state. And it's going to be in Aviation Plaza. And Mark, a good friend, Mark Manitza, Linden High School graduate, he was the one who brought the idea to bring the Galloping Hill Cruisers to Linden. And the good thing about the Galloping Hill Cruisers is all the money they raise is used for disabled children. I mean, children who are severely handicapped. So I can't remember the last time they raised under $40,000. I mean, they always raise this money, and they take it and they give it directly to the schools that need it, that house these disabled children. So it's money well spent. They charge, I think, $20 to register your vehicle, and it's just a great day for all. I'll be going down right after the parade to enjoy the show. What else do I have here? Unfortunately, I got bad news this evening for everybody. The state has imposed on the cities what I think is something that's very unfair. They increased the amount of money that we have to spend for our health benefits by 24%. Now, what that translates into in Linden is $3.4 million, okay, that we're going to have to figure out a way to come up with. And while I'll admit that we've been fiscally responsible here in town, and the city of Linden will weather the storm. I am very confident that we're going to be able to pass a budget, despite the $3.4 million that is required. We're going to be able to pass the budget again this year, and I don't foresee any tax increases as a result of the management, the fiscal responsibility and the fiscal management that we've done in this city. So, but what concerns me in some of the other towns who aren't as financially solvent as we are, what will be their fate? I know one town in particular, I was talking to the mayor of Newark. It's a $24 million, $24.6 million increase they're looking at. So that's a lot of money. So I just, would encourage Linden residents to get on the phone, call your state representatives, call the governor, and let them know that this is not a time that we should be putting additional pressure on the cities, because when you put the pressure on the cities, it ultimately is transformed to the residents who have to pay taxes. So that is my concern, that we are, it just seems like you take 2 steps forward and you wind up getting knocked back 3. But I'll say this. It's why every city should be fiscally responsible, because you just don't know when the state's going to come up with something that's going to knock you for a loop. So we need to be very conservative as we have been. And again, we're going to be one of the few cities who are going to be able to weather the storm. But again, my heart goes out to the other cities who just don't have the finances to do it. So I don't think I have anything else to talk about this evening. Everybody, Election Day. Come out and vote. It's a big day, very important, That's it. Concludes
Thank
my
you,
report.
Mayor. Okay, just a little housekeeping note. If anybody that wants to speak, there's at the public comment portion of the meeting. The white sheets are in the front of the room here. Please sign in. Okay, we're going to move on to resolutions this evening. We have resolutions 2022-332 through 2020-360. Okay. Can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President. I move for approval of resolutions 2022-332 to 2022-360, and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamikaitis?
Yes.
Joe? Joe, I'm still here.
I'm sorry.
Yes, to all. Thank you, sir.
Okay. We'll now move on to ordinances for introduction, beginning with ordinance 6662, please.
Ordinance of the City Council of the City of Linden adopting an amended redevelopment plan entitled Redevelopment Plan Block 309, Lots 1, 2, 3, 21, and 22, DeWitt Terrace and St. George Avenue, pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A:12, I think that's 12:2A-1 at sequence.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6662, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance number 66-2062 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6663, please.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15, 1995, and approved August 16, 1995, be it ordained by the Council of City of Linden, add Schedule 4QQ6.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6663, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move ordinance number 66-63 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6664, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-11, stopping and standing prohibited shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows. 7-11.1, stopping and standing prohibited at all times.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6664, please?
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to introduce 66-64 and amend it on introduction in 7-11.1, changing it from Pleasant Street West and Pleasant Street East, 150 feet to 200. And I ask for a second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6665, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 31 zoning of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented, amending certain provisions of the PCD district and the C1B district as per the recommendations of the city's planning board.
Can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6665, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance number 6665 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to comments from members of the public in attendance on city business only. No personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes. We have on our sign-in sheet Craig Halloran. Can you please come up? Please state your name and address for the record, Mr. Halloran.
Yes, ma'am. Craig Heller, 120 Donaldson Place. First of all, I'd like to, at the meeting, thank Mrs. Zach for providing me with the copy of the 2022 budget and for putting up with all my comments and providing a timely answer to all of them. And I'm looking forward to doing the same for the next budget in 2023. Other than that, I really have no other comments except for it's good to be back doing some public good. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Halloran. Okay, can we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the public portion and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Cosby? Yes. Roman?
Aye.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, comments from members of the governing body? Does anyone wish to speak? Okay. Okay, Councilman Javik, go ahead.
Yes, Council President. I just want to let everyone know that our Shade Tree Commission, or Shade Tree Department, will be planting the week right after Election Day and before Thanksgiving, depending on the weather and nursery delivery. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Councilman. Okay, Councilwoman Cosby?
Yeah, I wanted to just piggyback on what the mayor said as far as voting. Make sure you vote. And I also want to comment on the state and the health insurance, which is outrageous. However, it's our opportunity as residents and citizens to know who these lawmakers are, not just here. We're not complaining about you guys, no offense, but at the state level and at the county level also, because everything trickles down. So vote like your life and your pocketbook depends on it, and your guns too. That's my point.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Strano?
Yes, Council President, I'd just like to wish everybody a safe Halloween. The kids are going to be out, be careful, and, let's put smiles on those little guys' faces. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Councilman Roman?
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to say, if anyone in the 6th Ward has a need for a tree, last call, big time last call, please call me by tomorrow, 908-494-5784. City of Linden appropriated a little extra money this year for trees. We're cutting them out quicker than we replace them. And if you'd like a beautiful tree, please give me a call. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, last call. Okay, Councilwoman Ormond?
Yes, I would just like to let the residents of the Charles Street area know that if they have any questions about the one-way street, that they can contact me at 908-370-6482. I will also put them in contact with Lieutenant Conch or either Sergeant Oliveira, who did a comprehensive study and letter mailing campaign for this change. So once again, Charles Street, if you have any questions, 908-370-6482. I chair the Accident Review Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. The next council meeting will be as follows. Council conference meeting Monday, November 21st at 6 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting, Tuesday, November 22nd at 6 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall. Council meeting Tuesday, November 22nd at 7 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall. These meetings will be held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Yes.
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 Aye.
Yes.
Yes.